Hi everyone, in today's art exercise we're going to be using a geometrical form called the Fibonacci spiral to expand on a desired feeling. So you can use it on any feeling that you want more of in your life. The example I'm going to be doing will be on the feeling of joy, but you could also use it, for example, on the feeling of significance, feeling of abundance, feeling of connection, anything that you desire more of. And we'll be drawing or painting these emotions into the shape of the Fibonacci spiral. And the reason we use this spiral is because it's a natural form in which things grow in nature. So a lot of things in nature take this form. For example, the curve of waves, pine cones, seashells, even galaxies form in this spiral. So it's just a natural outlet or channel in which we can manifest the growth of our desired emotions. So for this exercise, you need very simple materials, just some paper, then something to paint or draw with. Anything that you have at home will do, colored pencils, crayons, paints, anything you have. And then you'll need a pencil and scissors and a calculator. So let's start. So the first thing we're going to do is draw our spiral according to the golden ratio. And the most important thing here is that your paper is the right size. So the length and width should be in a ratio of 1.62. And the way you can do this is you can first measure the length and then multiply that by 1.62 to get the width. So for example, if your length is 20 centimeters or inches, then your width should be 32.4 centimeters or inches. And once you have the right size, you just fold the three corners to get one big square, another middle-sized square, and one smaller one. So to do this, you first fold this corner up until the bottom of the paper, and then you draw a line where the paper ends. Then you can open that and you do the same for this. So you fold this time only to the line that you just drew. And then you draw another line underneath, and then you can open that square. And then we do it for the third time. So we fold up until the line that we just drew, and we draw a third line. After that, we have still one small space here. Now we can't use the folding method to measure our squares. So we can use a ruler to see the length is 12 centimeters, and then we can use the same measurement for the width. So it's 12 centimeters, and we just make 2 marks, and then you just draw a line through those marks. Then we use the same method to get one more square on top of that, and then what we are left with is a tiny space which cannot be divided anymore using this ratio, and it will just be divided into 2 parts to get 2 equal squares. So that is the format for which we're going to draw our spiral in. So next we're going to draw the spiral using the squares that we just drew, and we're going to use the lower of the 2 smallest squares to start off with. And we'll be drawing a sphere into each square using the diagonal corners of the squares. So we'll start with the lower right-hand corner, and we'll draw like a quarter of a circle, like this. And then we'll do the same thing for the next square. So just following the line of the previous square. And you could use a compass to do this, but it doesn't really have to be perfect. That's not really the idea here. So there you go, that's the spiral, and now we can start painting. So next we're gonna take a look at the emotion that we want to expand on. And to do this, I'd like you to think about the feeling that you're working with and look in your life if you can find anything where you already feel this feeling. So it can be a certain event, a hobby, a relationship, a pet, a song, a color, anything that makes you feel this feeling. And once you found that thing, I would like you to close your eyes and try to feel if you can feel it in a certain part of your body. And when you found that place, or maybe it's all over your body, either way, you can breathe into those places where you feel this feeling. And imagine that with every breath, this feeling is expanding. So you can think of it like a bubble or a balloon, and every time you breathe into it, it expands a little bit. And you can do this for as long as you want. You can imagine it getting bigger and bigger, growing over the clouds and into the galaxies, as far as you want. And once you feel that you're ready with this meditation or breathing exercise, I'd like you to do the same with the spiral. So in the same way, we're gonna paint first in this small area in the center of the spiral, and we're gonna breathe and paint at the same time. So you're gonna breathe while you paint, and you're gonna expand the emotion forward. So you can use the colors that symbolize the emotion. You can choose them very intuitively, and the shapes which symbolize this emotion to you. And you're gonna work outward from the center all the way out until you reach the corner of the paper. So that's really all there is to the exercise. And one thing I can mention is that this is a really nice exercise to do when the moon is growing. So from the new moon until the full moon, because that's when energies are naturally expanding. And if you want, you can put this artwork somewhere in your home, because then every time you look at it, you're reminded of the frequency of this energy, and the manifestation of that feeling will be more prevalent. And I hope you like this exercise. Thank you.